My friend Dave at Local Bandography recently did a video about a very expensive record that came in that wasn't packaged correctly, and it ruined it. It was all banged up and beat up, and Dave went into colorful detail about his thoughts on this whole thing. Now, I've been saving up some packaging for the last month or so that I haven't even wrapped some because I've wanted to do a video about packaging, the good, the bad, and the ugly, right? And so after Dave's go, well, there you go. I might as well just get this done because it would be nice to unbox some of these records to see what they are and maybe listen to them just for fun. So that's what we're going to do. I will show some unboxing, but here's the reason why. Some companies do an excellent job packaging. It comes in, it's fantastic. You know you will not have an issue. And it all depends on the box that they use and how they package it. But then you get, like here's one I bought off Bandcamp from a company. And notice, it's all split here, okay? And so, they sent this to me, but it's just the record was tight in there, bouncing around, and so it ripped up the top. And that happens quite a bit. Now, oddly enough, the name of the album's Crush. So, yeah, how about that? Actually, the name of the group, Crush. So, the box, I guess maybe that's just maybe that's how the album's supposed to be, crushed. Maybe. But it wasn't packaged right. And so that came out. MoFi has, you would think that they would have the best packaging, but this happens a lot with MoFi. And I mean, this is common with MoFi. Reasoning, these are heavy records. They're really heavy. And so they're in there tight, they're bouncing a little bit. It doesn't take much bouncing on these heavy records, and they come up and they split through. And there needs to be a better way to do this. This is not unusual for a MoFi album to get these splits on top. Again, it's just a 180 gram record or more, very heavy. It breaks through. Amazon has, some people have had Amazon records come in with just, it's in shrink wrap, but they just stick the label there. I've had that happen. They'll be put in plastic bags. They stick the label on the plastic bag. I've had that happen. Generally, you get a big box with the record inside, sometimes in a box, sometimes not. So it's just running around back and forth in there. Or it's in a box. Now, this came from Amazon. It was in a box. It was in a box within a box, a small box within a big box. So the box moved around. And what happened is I got creases here. It bent this down. You could see there's curvature here. It wasn't done right. You're going to get that from Amazon, and it doesn't matter what you say. Those people are on a timer to get packaging done, so they're not record collectors. But other things, MoFi is about record collecting. It shouldn't happen. Companies, like Crush, whoever's distributed their Bandcamp stuff, it should be important enough. The best albums or companies, actually, they will break the seal, which, oh my god, it's broke. Is it used? Is it not used? It's not. But then you put the album on the outside, and generally they put it into a plastic sleeve, and so it keeps the record from bouncing around and creating this split. Simple, right? Simple, easy peasy, but it doesn't happen. So let's look at a few examples of how this is. It's exciting, isn't it? It's so exciting to watch about packaging. We'll make it exciting. Maybe I'll cut myself or something, and we'll have blood. That would make it more exciting. I'll do my best to do that, okay? Let's take a look. All right, let's start with good packaging. To me, what good packaging is. This is from This is from Third Man Records. So when they send out their vault, this is the packaging you get. Comes in a nice solid box. Open that up. Vault. See there. Now notice this here. Here is, now this was 45s this time, but look at this. It's shrink wrapped. This doesn't move, it doesn't go anywhere. It is perfectly sealed in here. This will slip out. Eventually, there we go. Look at that. There's absolutely no issues. Oh, and we got a cool leopard, a cheetah with a Hi-Fi Cheeto napalm, and of course they always give you a card and description. But the thing is, all vaults, they shrink wrap it. And you know, I did a tour, you know, last year in the spring. I did a 3-part tour of Third Man Records. I show how they package stuff before they send it out, and it's so secure. I mean, it really, they do a great job with it. So yeah, there's absolutely no issues with this whatsoever. It's perfect. From Third Man Records, they're one of the very, very best. We have, as far as packaging goes, well, here, I got this in. So this is from Radio Wasteland Records. So this is out of Midland. This is my friend Jim. I still buy records from him. He just sent this to me. Look how nice that is. It's really well packaged. Let's take a look to see how he did here. Sorry, Jim. Jim did not know that I would be doing this. Jim never knows quite what I'm doing, so all right. We'll kind of get through. So he has 2 different boxes here. Taped them up very nice. I mean, these are well taped. Okay. Now, it's nice because, again, I have, these are done separately, so you don't get too many records in one. And let's just see how we did in here. I know most of you have knives. I'm not allowed to have a knife because, you know, I'll probably cut myself or something. I just use the scissors. Okay, so Jim has this. We got packed up. I have tissue and paper in here. We have these that are made. And then we have got 3 records in here. More paper, and another backer. And I mean, this is packaged tight. I have never had an issue with packaging, with any dents or dings from Jim. And they're all in really good shape here. Looks very, very good. No problem. He really packages well. Jim doesn't ship out tons of stuff, but I know I've had friends who've seen his flip videos and like something or one of mine and have ordered from him. And so he does a really good job. And I know this is going to be similar to that, so I'm not going to bother opening it. But again, he puts a lot in it. And so it's tight, it doesn't run around, but it's also taped well, and these are thicker, fairly good size cardboard boxes, nice and thick. They don't bend up. So really good job. The other one does a really nice job. And we have, oh, look at that. The Best Damn Record Club. Well, what could that be? Well, Vinyl Me Please wants to continue to think that, but kind of changing things up again. And I still have a hard time with them. All right, so, but I will say this. They wrap well. Again, look at that. Make the best of your vinyl. Here it is. So now we have, this comes in this. extra sleeve, so it keeps it nice. And we got broadcast. I actually have that album. This is a new one. And we get some assorted stuff in there because we all like assorted stuff. And we love unicorns. Who doesn't love unicorns and skulls? Yeah, they go kind of together there. But yeah, I will say Vinyl Me Please. I have not had issues with it because look, it's, you know, even here, if this gets dinged, see, there's an extra layer. I mean, it protects it, so the record's in there, but it's back a ways, and that really protects it well. And I will say they do a good, very, very, very good job with packaging. So no complaints there. A lot of Discogs, some do, some don't do pretty good. Look at this one. So this person here took this. It is a U-Haul box. You can see there's U-Haul, but they made it like a Vinyl Me Please box. See that? So the record just slips right in here. Again, like Vinyl Me Please, there is space on either side. So, and look at that. See, it's bent. This is bent, and that's okay because the part where the record is not bent. So very, very, very smart packaging. I just, this was great. It's just too often, and again, here we go. This is a record box, right? This is actually from Fuzz Club. This is really thin. It's not it does come in tight in here. And again, you will see the record goes in here. There's this extra space on either side that protects the record from getting dinged up. The cardboard on this is a lot lighter though than other cardboard. See how flat that is? So it's not quite as good. Then, this is how a lot of people ship. Notice how this is kind of getting dinged up, a little beat up. There's extra in there, but I guess the biggest thing I can tell you is when people are shipping, it's when they take and at least take the album out and put it on the outside like that. That prevents that seam split, you know, that I had here. Let me grab a couple examples. You know, I got this from Bandcamp, and it was a new album, okay? Sometimes in Bandcamp, the new albums, they take it out, they open it up, and they will separate the sleeve, and they're going to put it like this. I find this all the time from Bandcamp. This one did not, and look what happened here. As showed before, the record, the packaging just was too loose, and so the record's banging up against this and rips up the top of the album, which is frustrating to all of us when that happens. And, you know, kind of the kings of that was Amazon. So here I got a record, and in here, oh look, hey, I got a piece of paper. That helps. I don't know what this piece of paper's for. I guess they had extra. So my album's in here. Going around. It's huge. It can bounce up, bounce down. Now, as far as packaging, they do have this. This offers good protection. So let's just see how this one comes out. Album Dummy by Free Energy. This is in good shape. It had that extra buffer. It didn't break through. And Amazon's not going to take that album out. I mean, they're doing billions of records. They can't. All right. And I understand this is simple and fast. It's quick. You throw it in there. I mean, these people that box your records at Amazon are not record collectors. They don't care. They have a quota. They have to pack so many and so much time. And so it's got to go fast. And so they'll throw them in these boxes. Easy to do, easy to wrap. But this one came out good. But in the case of, I had this from Amazon. This U2 I got in. And look, see, this wasn't done right. It just is bouncing around in there. And now I have a crease here. It was really tight. Notice it creased right here. It just didn't fit. And so this album came in a little bit mangled on the cover. If the vinyl's fine, okay? This is just a collector being picky. If you're not a collector, it's no big deal. Oh, yeah, so what? It plays, right? And I mean, to my point, it does play. It does play fine. But the thing is, in Amazon, bouncing around, you get a lot of that. And I am getting a lot of that off Amazon, these creases, which are frustrating. Though, as you saw, this one, the Dummy album, came out very, very nice and clean. Dummy. I'm trying to remember why I bought this. There's a good reason why, obviously, I like it. Probably Vinyl Douche. Okay. Could be Andy. So, kind of the good and the bad of packaging. It's when they ship in Discogs, again, the record's inside that album, and they're really thin boxes. And some are very, very thin. So this would be an example. Look at that. Fairly thin. There is the cardboard inner in here. One, not two. But there is no room for error. And so you could see the box was getting crunched. And, and as much as we love our postal service and the fine people that work there and take absolute care of our packages to make sure they all arrive nicely, once in a while they get stomped on. They get shoved, they get beat up, and so crap happens. Not the best packaging. But I had this. Now this is international. But again, you could see this box, you can see in there, it has extra flaps, so it really was protected well. Again, there's room where the record's at, so if the sides get crushed, it's going to be okay. I really like these boxes. I think they protect them really well. So, yeah, kind of the good and the bad of packaging, and it makes a difference. I mean, obviously these records are important to us, and we want them to look really nice. And it keeps the value in case you're collecting. All right, there you have it. The most exciting video ever made, because we're showing boxes and opening boxes and looking at it. But it is important for us, a collector. So if you're not a collector, if you don't consider yourself a collector, just in for the music, you still want your albums to come in pristine, and you don't want them to be crushed. It just doesn't do you any good. You paid money for that. You expect a good product. Sometimes you get what you get. Amazon, you're going to roll the dice. It's the way it is. But other companies, MoFi could learn a lot from Third Man on how to do it properly, in my opinion. Vinyl Me Please does a very good job packaging. I've never had a problem with their stuff coming in. Always been good. Most of the expensive labels, it's been pretty good. So that's my take on that. Appreciate you taking the time to look at boxes. Exciting. Have a great one.